how many of you saw the heading of the invitation? It said, if you can't fight them, join them. So, yeah, we want to congratulate Philip Fourie and Mark Swart with their brilliant performance this week, and with Mark's great testimonial. I mean, it's just amazing to see what they've done. Purely online, making use of the tools, making use of the technology. We're going to chat a little bit about that tonight. We're currently forced, where we do not have the physical contact, and we won't have that within the foreseeable future. So yeah, it's something that for me, it's an absolute new skill. I think Dani and myself, we're still old school. We want to see the white of the eyes when we talk to people. Unfortunately, that's not something that's available to us currently. So yeah, I'm going to start off by saying that Dani and myself, we've got an old friend, and he has a saying. He says, obstacles come to instruct, not obstruct. And I think the virus absolutely came to instruct us, to tell us how things could be done, giving us another gear, giving us absolutely another option. And if we look at the timeline, I mean, currently we're under a 21-day lockdown. I went for a little drive this morning just to see what's happening in the neighborhood, and I went to see whether there are shops that are open in our area. And I love the traffic to start off with. I think that was absolutely brilliant. You can make U-turns wherever you want to because you're the only car on the road. I saw a lot of police around, and yeah, but the unfortunate thing is most of them were busy doing shopping. So I think they must see this lockdown as a chance for them to get their shopping done. But at the end of the day, I think the virus will determine how long we're going to be on this lockdown. So it's unfortunate. It's something that happened. It's something that we have no control over. You can only help and assist the things that are being put in place. But coming back to the business, there's a lot of things that we can do about the business, and we got to have a look at the short and long-term impact of that. The short-term impact is that a lot of people that are not used to working with social media, working online, and using those virtual tools, it will have a negative effect on their business. There's no two ways about it. But I think the faster you can actually adapt, and the faster you can actually change, I mean, the sooner you're going to recover, and the sooner you're actually going to start growing. And I mean, that's evident if you look at the people that have been working through social media and working online. To them, it was business as usual. There was absolutely no change. Everybody was just, they just continued, and they're having brilliant results. So I think what comes out in that is that we need to change for the time being. We need to adapt, else we're going to become dinosaurs. We're going to become extinct. And I mean, Marsha actually assisted, and we put together a website that we've launched today. I launched a new Facebook page, and yeah, we're going to start driving traffic. There's no other way to actually do that, and there's no other way to get around it. I think when we look at the longer term planning, I think the reasonable and the wise thing to do is to cater for worst case scenario. Anything better than that's going to be a bonus. Currently, if you look at the UK is predicting that it might take 12 to 18 months for them to get back to usual. And I think there are very little or very few businesses in the world that can actually survive something like that. We're fortunate that we have a business that's resilient in a sense where we use the technology. If we look at our economy, we're already in a recession, and a recession just purely means that your GDP is shrinking. We have an economy that is getting smaller and smaller. The virus didn't really help that, and I think we're sitting with a brilliant opportunity where the weak will die. I mean, that's the law of the herd. The weak ones will first of all die. Econ already went belly up. which really means that a lot of people are sitting currently at home, not knowing whether they're going to have a business when they go back, or whether they're going to have a job when they go back to their old place of work. So these are things that we use. And I had a person that said to me, I don't think it's really ethical to use the current pandemic to drive or to promote your business. And I said to them, I mean, every business is built around around that. The whole insurance business is built around that. I mean, why would you take out insurance if you think you're never going to die? So to me, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I don't have any ethical problems regarding that. From our side, I think we need to really get our ducks in a row and really get into the cyber part of it. The training that was done a week ago is absolutely brilliant. I've already watched it twice. I think it's some of the best training that was ever done. And I actually I'm going to hand over to Dani, and Dani's going to talk a little bit. Remember when we started the framework on the previous session, we said we want to cover those things where a lot of people get really, really tongue-tied when it gets to offering the business opportunity to people. And the reason why I called this session, if you can't fight them, join them. I really feel that we should become more like the virus. And when I say that, this is information that I got from the World Health Organization site, and basically how it works. It says that for every infected person will infect 2.6 other people. Now, just for the sake of the exercise, let's make it nice round figures and let's call it 3. That means for every infected person will infect 3 other people. And that is the reason why it multiplies and why it grows at the rate that it's currently growing throughout the world. And usually it takes 5 to 6 days for this to happen. So, for example, if I'm infected within the next 5 to 6 days, I will infect 3 other people. Now, if you look at that rate of infecting 3 people and it takes 5 to 6 days, again, let's work nice round figures and let's call it 6 days. So every 6 days, 3 people will be infected by an infected person. Now, if we take this, and I mean, we are in a business where we're working and we talking about points. So if we say, okay, first point, I infect 3 people. Okay, and over the course of 6 days, those 3 people each infect 3 people. That gives you 9. Now, if you go and do the maths, that means within 8 points, you're sitting with about 3,500 people infected. And if you look at 6 days per point, and let's again make it round figures, and let's say it's 10 points, that means it's 60 days. In 60 days, we can infect 3,500 people with a 2-point business opportunity. Does that make sense? Why is it that we can't do that? I mean, you've got 6 days to influence 3 people, to say to them, what is the worst thing that can happen to you? Humor me. Take 750 Rand, which is 250 Rand a month. Do it for the next 3 months. You're most probably going to sit at home for the next 3 months with 0 outlook of something by the time the lockdown actually ends. Humor me and do that. Find 3 of your friends that are prepared to do that. And 60 days from now, we can have a look at people that have already qualified for the car, that are earning around about 45,000 Rand a month, that have qualified for holiday because they said, what is the worst case scenario? I might end up without a job. What is the worst case scenario? I might be without any income. I might have to sell everything that I have. Or I can take 750 Rand, 250 Rand per month for 3 months. Invest that in myself, invest that in my family. And I can have a better future at the end of this lockdown period. I just think that it's definitely one of the things that I'm going to pursue in the next couple of days. I'm going to find 6 people or 3 people that say, this is it, I'm prepared to do that. I've got friends that I haven't approached yet. And I'm going to say to them, this is it. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I can promise you one thing. If we keep this going, you're going to be better off, much better off before the lockdown, but after the lockdown than before the lockdown actually started. So I think we should become like the virus. Go out there, infect the people, but infect them with the good stuff. You know, the Chinese had a saying, they say, if you've got something of value and you don't share it with other people, you're actually being selfish. And I think we really have something of value. We can really make a difference in a lot of South Africans. People that are currently sitting, I'm looking at those groups on Facebook, looking for a job, and I look at those people and they're dinosaurs. They just don't realize that there aren't any jobs to go around, and after the lockdown, it's going to be 100 times worse than now, and they're still trying to find a job. And they call everything that's offered to them a scam if it's not a job. If it's not a 9 to 5, it becomes a scam. So from my side, I'm gonna hand over to Donnie. Donnie's gonna chat with you guys. I'm gonna unmute Donnie, and I'm gonna mute myself. And yeah, but I think if we can't fight them, join them. So let's join the virus and make use of their tactics and grow a successful business. Okay, Donnie, over to you.
Guys, there we go. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, yes, can you hear?
That's excellent. Yeah, guys, a warm welcome from Alberton. It looks like it's going to rain this side. We had an interesting day. I had so many calls, I thought I was a call center today. I didn't know whether I was Arthur or Martha. Even people that haven't responded to Viewpoint or actually worked the business for a long, long time started connecting again. So we're definitely on a roll. Guys, we locked a lot of people. I think what Rudolph said, and I think in a nutshell, you know, is definitely online is the way to go, or to move into tech. That means we'll have to talk to people. Now, if you talk to people, I want to have you rest assured that it's actually not a complicated process. I mean, whatever you've been doing up till now, you just keep on chatting, whether you're chatting on multimedia or on the phone, or maybe it's your neighbor through the fence, you just keep on chatting. The whole idea of building a channel is to start a relationship with somebody and then to see if you can change it into a partnership. I think I can speak for me, Rudolph, Marsha, that we've got the saying, if I can't chill with you, I won't build with you. It's like surrounding yourself with people that you can relate to. Guys, the idea is to sit people down. I think it has become time that you give that call to that friend, to that family, to that person that you know of, that you don't know that well, but you've got his number, and say, listen to it. I need to talk to you about something very serious. Guys, I agree with Rudolph. You know, we meet people every single day. Well, not for the last week, but we meet people every single day. And if you could share our life, about every second person is a person that has lost his job. And more than 70% of those people waited too long to take the Viewpoint serious. Guys, I've done Viewpoint with many, many obstacles, with little resources. And I can vouch that it really works, but it's going to take an effort. It's like opening shop. It's something that you have to do every single day. So, guys, we need to dig in. We need to start chatting with people. Start conversations. Sometimes don't talk business directly. Remember what I've always said. Sometimes you'll speak to somebody up to 8 times before you will respond. That means when you mail them initially, you get no response. I would like to let you know that you've sent stuff to people and they didn't ignore you, they simply didn't watch it. And why people do that? Well, when you find out, I think me and Rudolph would like to know as well. This is the way people are. I think 80% of success is to realize you're in trouble. You find guys that doesn't have to ask his wife if he's in trouble. He knows he's in trouble. He, the good Lord, his bank manager and his wife knows he's in trouble. He doesn't have to ask anybody. He will join and will just do the business. And we have to do that. We have to find those people. That means you have to work that prospect list. You must manage that prospect list. When you speak to somebody, follow up. Don't put a name down. I sign up many people for me and my friends that nobody's followed them up. They were approached and there wasn't enough pushing it. Guys, the economy, if you look what happened somewhere else in the world, we're not in for 21 days. I think what Rudolph said is harsh, but it's dramatically true. A lot of people that me and you care for is not going to survive. And it's not because it's just because they've been sleeping too long. Stupidity is perhaps the worst disease there is in South Africa. It's worse than COVID. I don't think the problem is just COVID. I think our economy, things, fraudulent practices. I think what COVID is just flicked the switch. And it just came upon us very fast. But, you know, you can't pray for a harvest if you haven't planted anything. So we have to keep true. We have to keep making name lists. We have to keep talking to people. You have to manage those names. You don't let go. If a guy takes a long time to decide, or he doesn't train, or he doesn't up his XP, move on to the next guy. But keep on pushing. Keep on pushing. Make a phone call. Do that WhatsApp. Chat to them on Facebook. If he's close enough to your house, gooi a rock on his roof or in his pool, you know, and scream at his children or do something to get attention. But guys, we have to speak to people. If you're going to stand still, you're going to be dead in the water. The worst is the people that's got the knowledge reckon. My wife followed this very stringent, so she comes and updates me every so often. They reckon the worst is going to hit us in April, May. Because a lot of people are in total denial with this disease. You don't want to talk about the disease, but we need to. We've got a friend joining us with a mic, and I think he's agreeing with me, although I don't understand what he's saying. The reality is we're entering a very desperate times, and it's only the people that's going to focus that's going to go forward. The rest is going to be. They're going to find the floor being pulled out of them, and they're going to go down hard. Guys, you're in one of the strongest teams. When you're in me, Rudolph's team, you're in the top 5 teams. You're not going to be let out in the cold. We're not going to let you fail. Approaching one guy, you don't know when you speak to the next Philip or the next Rudolph or Bertus or Paul, and your business might just take off. The people that are hungry are out there. They might already be in your business. So I want to leave you with this message. Just be real with people. Be honest. Put your emotion in it and look them in the eye if you can. You know, do a WhatsApp call or Facebook, do a video call. Approach people and say, listen, I came across this opportunity. It's really working. I was scared just like you that I would be wasting my time. I thought it might be, but then I investigated and I found the truth. And guys, a lot of 2.0s are going to get paid in a couple of weeks. A lot of South Africans won't. That's the harsh, bleak reality about what's to happen. There's going to be more people in trouble than me and you together can help. And I want you to think about that tonight. Because the best thing you can do for your family is not to become one of those people that need to be helped. And you have to get your XPs up. You have to get out there. You have to approach people. Talk in any way possible. Just be real and be natural. It's always good to have a sense of humor. I think humor works. You know, try it. Go to a friend of yours and says, I spoke to Rudolph, he bet me 100 Rand what I'm about to tell you. You won't even watch or understand. So please help me. Don't watch it this. I want my 100 Rand, you know. Try anyway, but just keep on pushing. From my side, we're going to speak on a regular basis. We're going to share lots of techniques. But for now, get those namelets, make those calls. Don't go through this weekend without picking the phone and give somebody a call, or WhatsApp him, or approach him on Facebook and say, listen, I've got something for you. I've learned a lot from those guys that offer opportunities. Guys, you're inspirational. I wish I could be as good as you. And I've actually managed to sign up a couple of people like this. I just take it slow. But you know, whether you talk to people, like I said, whether you throw a rock on his roof and start a conversation, just keep on talking. Don't stop talking about opportunity. And remember what I say to you many times. You're going to speak to somebody up to 8 times before he's going to join. And those who join, those who work with them, and those who don't work, just love them. Don't scream at him, don't fight with him, don't send him grove SMSs. He can get that from home or from his boss. He doesn't need it from Viewpoint as well. Just love the people. Doesn't matter how long you've been in a team or how much you've managed to achieve. I understand we're living in desperate times. Not everybody's got all the time that some other people have, but just keep your focus. Well, we've got more time than ever doing the Viewpoint opportunity now. It's like the minister gave us 3-week study leave to get into this channel building thing. So this might be a good approach, to approach somebody and say, listen, join this opportunity, work with me the next 3 weeks, get to understand the business, and if it's not for you, call it quits. By then he would be registered in your team, and if he ever changes his mind, he can't go anywhere else. But for now, that's the way we're going to go. And Guy, keep up the communication. If you've got something lighthearted or motivational, let's build each other up, because it's going to be tough times. It's not going to be easy, I promise you that. But like I always say to people, Viewpoint is not necessarily quick, it's not necessarily free, and it's not necessarily easy. But boy, this is a possible business now. I've sold many things in my life to make a living, and I tell you, Viewpoint is by far the most doable. Because if you keep on pushing and prospecting, the odds starts stacking in your favor. So you can't do it wrong enough or long enough without succeeding. Just keep on talking. Be sincere. You can't do a wrong approach for somebody that really wants us. And you can do the best approach in the world for somebody that wants a job and is going to put you down. Whenever somebody puts you down, I had a few today. I think, Philip, you shared something about a lady that didn't want to join unless she gets a receipt. It was funny. I haven't had that one before, but I had some weird and wonderful things. I want to end up with this, guys. Remember, you don't drown if you fall into water. You drown if you stay there. Do anything you can to get out of the water. If you don't realize you're drowning and you think you're okay, you're not going to grab anything. Use these words, go out there. We'll speak to you in the next couple of hours or days on a frequent basis, and just dig in there. Do the approach. Just be real, be hungry. Remember, your excitement signs people up. Well, this is from my side. Thank you, Rudolph.
Thank you, Donnie. It's absolutely brilliant. And Donnie, I agree with you. Obstacles will be there. We just got to work through it. I mean, the virus also functions with obstacles, and it's quite successful. So yeah, I just want to end off, for those of you that have sizable teams, be visible. Be visible in a way where people can see that you're actively busy with the business. You're not stepping back from it. You're not in lockdown where 21 days you're not going to do anything about your business. So on Saturday they have the intro presentation at 10 o'clock. They have the Super Saturday at 11 o'clock. The thing is, be there, be on the group, chat to your people, encourage your people to log into it. You see, because for some of those people that actually doubt as to whether Viewpoint will work for them, they are looking for reasons why they should actually opt out. And if they go onto the group and there are 10 people watching, then they're going to go, well, I told you so, this is not going to work, there are only 10 people left, etc., etc. So be visible, go onto the group, chat to your people there, encourage them to log in there. And if you're on the group and you see the guy's not there, you give him a call, you say, why are you not there? I'm waiting for you, log in, I want to see you there. Let's create that unity where people see that we're sticking together, we're going to make this thing work regardless of what's going to happen. Watch your mail for the next session. Daniel, myself, we're in discussion with how to continue with the RGP for people that want to participate and go further with the RGP. But within the next, most probably by Monday, you're going to get the mail from us for all the RGP members stating how we're going to move forward. Okay, so with that, yeah, please have a blessed night. And this is our first 24 hours of lockdown, and I think it went down well. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Rudolph.